Yeah, thank you, Maggie, for giving the chance, and thank you, Chandler, for the great opening ceremony and presentation. It was very worthwhile of data and as the beginning for this and exciting innovation days. So as a continuous of, as you said, like we are going with supporting our partners and growing with them. I have with me here Mr. Engineer Mohammad Alkhudari. He is the CEO of Green Circle Company. And I'm very happy to have him within our interview today to speak why he chose Seceon and what he's like going to go in the region for the business. So let me start by asking Engineer Mohammed if you can introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I'm Mohammad Alkhudari, the CEO of Green Circle Company. I used to work for multiple cybersecurity companies, including I'm the former CEO for Security Matters. But before I worked for HP Enterprise, selling software and security solutions and covert system. Over 20 years of experience in technical. I used to be even technical and managerial and sales, mostly in the Middle East region.
Very good, great. And it's very it's like very welcoming to have like such an experienced professional within the cybersecurity in the region. So if you can share your view about like Green Circle, the history, why you make this company, what's your vision?
And yeah, so actually we established the Green Circle to target one of the very important challenges that we predicted back in 2016 and 17. For getting the managed services and ready manpower to the market. So we started with building a core company that's built on managed services and having a qualified team as a core of the company with ability to build more and more capabilities and resources. Since established officially in 2017, we started with the managed SOC in Amman and in Riyadh, but we started delivering the services as a managed service. We grow from a small team of 6 people. Today we are 100 plus, plus 100 plus customer across the region in almost 7 countries, serving even more sectors like health, oil and gas, government, SMEs. So we have a really comprehensive now team working on multiple industries and focusing only on the cyber operations and managed services.
Very good. So it's like very promising company. And I believe also you have you told me one time that also you like have some community back support by training more juniors engineers for that. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that's very good and important actually, because this is where we started delivering more manpower to the market, aligning with the employment initiatives that's coming from different governments and even funds, for example, in Jordan, from US or EU, or even multiple employment opportunities. With us moving forward, we have generated more jobs for the people. So we started initiative and clubs within the universities. We built more collaboration with the universities, the people who are building their careers in cybersecurity. And from there, we have started too many activities towards building a community and more manpower that's ready to join the market. End up with hiring more than 3,000 into the region, into cybersecurity jobs. This was really a good story for us, for the community, and for the engineers who participated in selecting cybersecurity and getting to the market.
Very good. Yeah, that's what really help cybersecurity companies, people like us, to have professionals in the market that they can understand and they can go forward. So with your like global audience of this, having multiple countries, so let's say focusing in, let's say in Saudi Arabia, maybe in Jordan and the other region, how do you see the market? Where is it going? And how can like your company partnering with Seceon support such industries?
Yeah, so when we started with Seceon and with selecting the vendors who have really a good consolidated scalable product, we saw the need for this because the market is growing rapidly. We have too many initiatives per sector, per market, per initiatives where everybody is going quickly to the transformation, digital transformation now for AI. And everybody is worried really about, what cybersecurity will look like, how we can manage more aspects. There's more regulations, more compliance. This is where we focus on just building the right compliance for our customers. They want to make sure that not only the tools they have, the right manpower, the right, consideration, risk assessment, understanding what is really more important for them. Is it more within managing the team, the human risk, internal risk, external risk? So managing this all together will require really the right partnership to give you the right focus and just not to waste your time and your customer time into just discovering, areas that you cannot really discover when it's complex. And we saw the complexity is increasing. Yes, there is more tools, more AI, but it's more complexity within the managing where is data, how we are managing it, who's storing it, who's accessing this. And this is really where you need extra, manpower plus empowering tools that empower you to just be having a visibility on the network and applications.
Very good. And I believe also you have the initiative that you told me one time that you are running some sort of automation into your business. You're trying to automate as much of like responses by the team and like the onboarding and stuff. So you can tell us about it.
So we have started this because we have a still gap in the AI tools that empower the cybersecurity or the managed service providers to reach to the customer. So yes, we have, for example, with the tool now, IndoSec, the AI machine learning, and now we have Mr. Chandra talking about the agentic and how this will empower the MSSPs to really be more powerful with maybe less dependence on the manpower. But there is extra automation that's required on top of SOC, where you'll start communicating even the automation tools to communicate with the customer, reach out to fulfill the SLA, reach out to talk about industry-specific challenges that's collecting threat intelligence, for example, for health, for education, for oil and gas, for whatever sector, and adding all the components within a report or communication by email, by WhatsApp. So these tools are really empowering MSSPs now much more, where you can scale more, not having a bottleneck within even the normal communication with the customer. So if you have the agentic AI with the SOC, with your SEC operations, where you do the incident response management, tools management, everything, still you have the other side where you need also to manage the communication with the customer. So you don't want to left with a lot of reports. So we started AI cyber journals on the LinkedIn, and then we started the Arab community for AI cyber, because we see this market shift and we see that there is a market disturbing here. We need to lead with that. So MSSP is the first to get benefit out of that, and maybe will be impacted if he's not leading with this.
Very good. And that's like really going forward with like the market strength and also, as you said, Seceon already now, as Chandra said, we are focusing also on agentic AI. We will see more in our upcoming days, the different tools that we have that will support the MSSPs to make more of their automation. But coming back to your business and market, maybe you have different focus in different country for different industry. Can you tell us about your experience? Let's say what you have done for different industry and what is the success that you have?
Yeah, so our lessons learned this actually after many trials with the market is you need always to focus on industry with the challenges that you have within the industry. So you need to deliver the service, for example, with the customization that you need to have. Because the regulations, the nature of data, the risk, everything is customized for this industry. And today, working with multiple regulations across countries, you learn more that different industries with different regulatory having different point of view to their industry. Thus, the industry is expecting you to bring this knowledge with you. How this cyber integrates with data protection, how data protection and cyber are working with the health data records, and the data that's transferred outside the country, or getting external support from other service providers, how we can do the right governance, RASI model between us, and because it's very important, critical, that you define where is the risk going, what are the responsibilities that you carry, even if the customer does not understand this. This is very important. Customer needs to understand what is going on, and you have to advise him. Going into a standard service, just doing a cybersecurity into any specific industry like fintech, for example, will bring more challenges, and the customer will blame the provider that, you're not guiding us the right, the correct. You should know everything around your system. So we started bringing that per sector, per industry, per regulation, per country, a specific guidance, how we are working with this and how this will integrate, what are the exceptions, what others are doing. This is what customers would like to hear from you. So it's the right, and to have this time, you need the right tools, because if you are stuck in with the evaluations, response, just responding to the customer, you'll not have a time to go and discover the next level where you can add really added value, bringing the industry-specific risks, behaviors, regulations, integration issues, challenges, because there is always, and this is really good with the security, there is always mix of IT, OT sometimes. You don't want to bring more and more complexity. The complexity, and according to one report by McKinsey, is becoming the #1 challenge for the cyber engineers. So today, our focus is just to bring this, complexity, so customer can understand what's going on. We can understand how we can deliver the best optimized solution, price-wise, risk-wise, compliance-wise, because this is where everybody is looking to free himself from the responsibility. Then from the other aspects of compliance, that's now there is a lot of penalties, it's becoming really big in the region, and everybody is serious about it, so it's affecting business.
Very good. So I think you already have also some experience. I mean, this methodology, did you apply it somewhere? I mean, how it works if you
yeah, I can just share. Even our starting with the Jordan market, starting with sector by sector, building with even very small sectors that's working with the currency exchange and transfer money and fintech, then moving to insurance, then moving. So having a workshop to this specific market, talking about how they comply, then connecting this with the service we are delivering, mapping it to the regulations, and mapping it to the risk. What will happen if this is not applied? So this is what customer really interact with. So they want to see their story, not the cybersecurity story again.
Right.
So they want to see the health record, they want to see the fintech, how the financial and regulations, how this connected to ML, KYC, they want to hear their terminology within the solution. And building such white papers or experience within the sectors will definitely bring the attention of the customer. Maybe today, because even the cybersecurity, we are today too many companies, hundreds of companies here in Riyadh. So everybody knows the number that have been presented, trillions, hundreds of billions. Here you need to put yourself in a different position. And this is where the customer will start hearing when you are talking from his angle. We understand the complexity of integrating EDR, NDR, threat intelligence, cyber. It's too many. We're talking about just to apply the SAMA, for example, the Central Bank of Saudi regulations, more than 20 tools. And if you don't have this consolidation with the right story, how to target the customer, you're not expected to really get the attention of the customer with this kind of competition. Too many vendors, too many stories, someone coming from zero trust, someone coming from network. So customer doesn't care now, and this is our story about your network capabilities or application of data. They want to hear about their compliance, their data, their story, how they can just manage their compliance with the optimized solution, service-wise and cost-wise.
Very good. And I believe, as you said, optimized solution with service-wise and cost-wise, definitely this should reflect also back, as shared by Sandra, to your margin. I mean, everybody is looking at you're making a business to have more margin, so definitely you would like also to provide a good solution for the customer, where you still have some good margin to retain back in your investment. And I hope that we also will be participating definitely as we plan together at some of those events, so we can be part of the story for your different sectors different industries in different countries, definitely. And our team also, we can support. We can have with our like marketing team and development team, we can build use cases for those customers. This is a very good initiative that I think everybody else will get benefit out of it. Now, as you just say, about the different challenges in the market. So, what challenges you can see now with your experience, and what you're expecting from Seceon team to support you resolving those challenges?
Yeah, of course, the number one challenge is becoming the complexity, and the complexity is driven by not only the tools, the manpower availability, the new technologies, the AI, all these things. So we see the transformations that's happening at Seceon on the technology side, on to just having the agentic integration, the compliance, security posture. It's really enriched actually, and will help us just achieve the number one goal for the customer, which is the compliance. This is the most needed now. Just they want to comply with whatever regulations. Second, to manage the risk. So today we see that Seceon is providing really smart solution, getting the right capabilities, continuous training, workshops like this, and other workshops that goes into industry, talking about, for example, how this add value of having network detection response integrated with the network that can act as network access control for some applications and get the access to some protocols, going into advanced use cases, again driven by manpower and the right training and the transfer of knowledge between partners and maybe between specific partners at specific sectors. This is what we are expecting more, because moving this knowledge as we are developing, for example, our framework to communicate with the customer and having AI agentic that talks to different agentic modules and then communicate messages, email, WhatsApp to the customers, is empowering, for example, the CERT centers. So each sector have a CERT center or within the organization.
CERT stands for
the cyber emergency response team.
Mm-hmm.
So just having this when there is a large organization or a sector like insurance or fintech or education, having similar stories. This is what we are planning today. Is really empowering the the MSSP, talking about sector, talking about delivering cross market, and this is unique today. You can't find it in the market easily. That will set again the expectations that with the more collaboration between partners, especially with a focus on specific groups, having, for example, Seceon Health, and I saw this in the presentation with Chandra, that's very smart. So moving into this and then to the details and exchanging the knowledge, ideas, add-ons, integrations, that will bring us to the next level.
Very good. So I think you're describing the situation very good, and just like with the current situation in the area and changing the landscape, where do you see the market is going for the coming, let's say, few years? And where any change in your plan, or you suggesting for Seceon to focus on some new areas, so you can also have the team here to listen from you.
Actually, you are moving on this, is the next level, and definitely people, regulations, systems, the AI moving forward, more applications are coming, smart applications, AI attacks, a lot of things. We think more automation are required, more smart systems that really help the manpower to achieve their goals are there. What we are expecting is the new job description for the teams. MSSP is going to shift. So the SOC analyst will be like SecOps engineer doing different scope, where the agentic is doing the analysis. So this scope needs to be clear. We are expecting more workshops to work in defining the new AI cyber. And this is where more of our investment and development are into the manpower. And this is what we are expecting and what we see from Seceon. So hopefully that this will lead the market next.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much for the time and for the interview. It was, I think, very interesting questions for you. Yeah.